Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a topic that really underpins so much of our digital lives: intellectual property. It's complex, often, well, fiercely debated. Specifically, we're trying to dissect this core challenge. How do you protect creative stuff, music, films, when technology makes sharing and copying almost effortless? And our angle today is pretty unique. We're looking at it through the eyes of a record company executive. This gives us a real frontline perspective. So, okay, let's unpack this. What are the actual stakes for the artists, the creators, the companies, when their whole livelihood is built on something so easily, well, duplicated?
That's exactly it. And what our source highlights is this fundamental tension. It's really clear. On one hand, you've got this desire, maybe even a drive, for just widespread access. We want stuff, we want to share it, right? But on the other side, there's this absolute need for the creators and the companies backing them to actually get paid. It's not new, this tension, but tech has just cranked the volume way up.
Yeah, amplified it massively. And you see that breaking point so clearly in what Joe Reggiano, our record exec source, observes. He talks about something we all kind of know about. Internet users exchange music over the internet by uploading and downloading files from each other's computers. We often call it file swapping or file sharing. Sounds pretty casual. But from his viewpoint, very different.
Oh, completely different meaning.
He doesn't mince words at all. He says straight up, if the sites have not made agreements with copyright holders to do this, it's just theft. These people are infringing our copyright.
Wow, yeah.
It's a really strong statement, draws a hard line. What seems like casual sharing to some is, to the industry, basically taking their property.
And it's crucial to get that distinction, I think. For them, it's not just sharing, it is copyright infringement. Their intellectual property, the songs, the movie, that's not just, a product, it's their core asset. It's like, imagine owning a shop where people just walked out with goods every day. That's the digital version for them.
Right, a constant drain.
And Reggiano really hits on the consequences, the ripple effect. If you can't control distribution, you can't continue to sell our content. Simple as that. And it's not just about one lost sale. It means they can't pay royalties to performers, its creators. They can't make a profit, can't stay in business.
So it's existential, basically.
Absolutely. He says companies can only be profitable if these assets are protected. It's about the whole ecosystem, keeping the lights on, funding the next project.
And this is where it gets really interesting, maybe a bit daunting, too. He points out it's not just individuals. It's a broader threat from pirate sites, rampant copyright theft, and it's all fueled by technical advanced, as he puts it.
Yeah, technological advancement.
It sounds less like a normal business problem and more like, I don't know, a constant digital battle.
A battle is a good word for it.
So if it's a digital war, why? Let's dig into that. What makes digital stuff so different? Why is a digital song file not like a vinyl record when it comes to copying? Why now?
That really is the heart of it. Like the source says, everything on the internet is in digitized form, the language of computers and the internet. It's not just a different container like CD instead of tape. The very nature of the thing has changed.
How so?
Well, here's the key difference he points out. In the past, copying, for example, for records onto tape, meant a loss of quality.
Right. I remember making mixtapes that never sounded as good as the original. Fuzzy, hissy.
Exactly. There was a physical limit, a natural degradation, but digital. Poof, gone. Every single copy is a perfect clone, identical to the original. No loss of quality, ever.
Okay, I see.
And that shift from fuzzy copies to perfect clones, that's what really opened the floodgates. It makes illegal sharing super easy and, frankly, appealing.
Yeah.
Natural scarcity is just gone.
Okay, so if perfect copying is the core technical problem, how are they fighting back? What are the defenses? Are they trying to, build digital walls?
They're trying a few things, yeah. It's sort of a multi-pronged technical strategy. First, they're really pushing for technical means of encryption so that records and films cannot be copied. Basically, locking the files down tight.
Making it hard to just copy-paste.
Right, making it technically difficult or maybe just annoying enough that people won't bother or that it requires real expertise to crack.
Yeah.
And second, they're working with equipment manufacturers on a system of electronic or digital watermarks.
Watermarks, like on a photo?
Sort of, but often invisible or embedded right in the audio or video data. It's a technical means to identify the source of all material. So if something leaks, they can trace it back.
Okay. Like finding the source of a leak for a movie screener or something?
Exactly that kind of thing. They hope it acts as a deterrent and helps track down infringers.
But, I mean, come on. We know how this goes, right? People always find ways around this stuff. Breaking encryption, stripping watermarks. It feels like a cat and mouse game.
Oh, absolutely. It is, and probably a very expensive one, too.
Yeah, you'd think.
And the executive basically admits it. He says, our defenses will have to become more and more technically advanced.
So, a never-ending race.
Pretty much a perpetual arms race.
Yeah.
They build a better lock, someone builds a better lockpick. And the thing is, this constant fight, this R&D into defense, it pulls resources away from, actually creating the music and films in the first place. It shapes their whole business.
That makes sense. So, okay, besides the tech battles, which sound exhausting, what about the legal side? How are they using laws and things like that to protect themselves?
Right. That brings us to digital rights management, or DRM. You've probably run into this.
Yeah, sometimes things won't play on certain devices or you can't copy a file. Is that DRM?
That's often DRM, yes.
Hmm?
The source is clear. Its main goal is to make sure that people pay for the music they listen to and the films that they watch. Think of it like digital rules baked into the file or the service, controlling what you can do with the content you've accessed, even if you technically possess the file. It's trying to bring back some control.
Recreating scarcity, almost. And what's the big picture goal here? He mentions total copyright protection. What does that actually look like in practice?
Well, for these companies, total copyright protection isn't just a wish. It's kind of an operational necessity, the way they see it. It means ensuring they receive payment for all use of our property. Every single time it's played, streamed, downloaded, used in public, they want a mechanism for compensation.
Monetizing every interaction.
Essentially, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about blocking things. They also look at proactive strategies, like licensing.
So letting others use their stuff, but legally.
Exactly. Giving the right to people to distribute our music over the internet in exchange for payment. It creates a legitimate channel, a way for services like Spotify or Apple Music to exist, but, and this is key, always tied to payment flowing back to the rights holders.
But underlying all this, there's a really firm stance, isn't there? The source material emphasizes this desire to fight any idea that a record or film can be free.
Very firm, yeah.
It feels like more than just business. It's almost philosophical. They're saying creative work has value, and that value needs to be recognized financially.
It directly challenges that old internet idea of information wants to be free, doesn't it? They're saying, no, creative work requires investment and deserves payment.
So after hearing all this perspective from inside the industry, what does it actually mean for us? For you, the listener, the consumer? How does this backstage battle affect our everyday use of music and movies?
That's such an important question because we're all part of this, right? We all consume this stuff.
Yeah.
When you boil it down, you see this clash, creators needing payment, companies needing profit, technology racing ahead, and the law often struggling to keep up.
And we feel that friction sometimes.
Definitely. Ever been annoyed because something isn't available to stream in your region? Or worried your digital movie library might just vanish if a company goes bust?
Oh, yeah.
Well, those are direct results of these IP struggles. Those restrictions, those licensing deals, they're all designed to manage control and payment, even if it makes things less smooth for us users sometimes.
That really brings it home. It's not just abstract legal stuff. It's why my playlist might look different depending on where I am, or why I can't easily share a purchased ebook.
Precisely. It highlights that it's not a simple good guys versus bad guys situation. There are competing needs, difficult trade-offs being made constantly as they try to figure out how to fund creativity in this digital world.
Yeah, it's easy to forget the economics behind it all.
Right. I mean, think about the sheer investment needed to make a major film or produce a high-quality album. Millions, sometimes hundreds of millions. If that investment can't be recouped because the end product is just freely passed around, well, the whole model breaks down. It's not just about profits. It's about funding the next creation. That risk, if unprotected, could genuinely stifle creativity.
So this has been a really insightful deep dive, getting that executive perspective on the challenges of intellectual property. We've touched on copyright infringement, that relentless technical fight with encryption and watermarks, and the legal tools like DRM and licensing.
Yeah, it's a complicated picture. And maybe something for you, the listener, to think about is this. Given how fast technology keeps changing and hearing these strong arguments about protecting creative work, how do you think this balance between access, how easily we get stuff, and compensation for creators is actually going to shake out in the future? And what role, if any, do we as individual users have in making sure that system, whatever it looks like, is sustainable? That's kind of the big question hanging over all of this, isn't it?